Srivasadi Govinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody for today's Srimad Bhagavatam study circle, and I hope my voice is clear. You're all able to hear me clearly. Okay, thank you for giving the thumbs up. And we were discussing last time of the section where Arjuna had seen the entire sky had lit up with bright light, and he was clueless as to what is happening, and he took shelter. Yes, Jishnum Vishnum Prapadyati. How Jishnu, the person who's never lost, the one who never loses, he took shelter of Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And somehow, amazingly, I had heard this particular week, I heard the same lecture from my spiritual master, wherein he was also very wonderfully explaining the same section. It was reinstating my wonderful conviction in the section that how, whoever you are, you may be Jishnu, a person who can conquer, who can win, but Jishnu can be Jishnu only because of Vishnu. If there is no blessing of Vishnu, one cannot be Jishnu, a victor, a person who is successful. It's not possible. That was a whole highlight, how Arjuna worshipped Krishna. He was doing this war as a Krishna conscious activity. Ato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. Tasmad yuddhishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischaya. This is in general. Any Kshatriya who performs a yuddh, if he dies, he's going to get swarg. If he wins, he's going to enjoy the earth. But Arjuna wanted to go beyond earth and swarg. Yes, Arjuna was Krishna conscious. He wanted to be with Krishna. That is why he circumambulated Krishna, he worshipped Krishna. And Maharaj was mentioning in the lecture very beautifully that how, even as a soldier in Kurukshetra, all the Pandavas, they had all gone and taken blessings of Bhadrakali and Taneshwar Mahadev. Yes, all their weapons, they had done puja for all the weapons. I've seen devotees coming to me for car puja. As they want to, they get the car, they get the car outside BYC and they say, Prabhuji, aiye, Prabhuji, please, puja kijiye. So what we do is we establish Narsimhadev. Yes, we establish Narsimhadev in the car, we worship Narsimhadev in the car, and we say, whenever you get into the car, always, Itho Narsimha, Parato Narsimha, Yato Yatayami, Tato Narsimha. Ultimately, we establish Narsimhadev and we worship Narsimhadev. That's what we do. And then people say, Prabhuji, first ride, after. They give key. Chalaiye, Prabhu. So that way we do car puja. Yes. And so that's how people all do puja. So Kshatriyas also do puja with weapons. And after hearing this section, there was a person who was an upcoming devotee. He approached the devotees and he came and offered something to the pujari. Prabhuji, isko offer kijiye. And the pujari was quite a very simple brahmachari who was there in the altar. He took it and he asked, what is this? Ye kya hai? He said, ye boxing gloves hai. अच्छा boxing glove क्यों? बोला मैं boxer हूँ. I'm offering this boxing glove to Krishna. You submit it to Krishna's lotus feet. And when I wear this and I fight next time, all the people who get my punch will get Mahaprasad. Very bold. So that's why offered is boxing glove Mahaprasad. Yeah. So that's what we understand. Offer everything to Krishna. So Arjuna was very Krishna conscious. Go ahead. So 1732. Prajobhadravamalaksha lokavyatikkaram chatam matam cha vasudevascha sanjaharar junodvayam. This is something we discussed last time. We'll go with 33. Tata asadya tarasa darunam gautami sutam babandha marshata tamraksha pashun rashanaya yatha. So I'm being told that we discussed the shloka last time, but we didn't discuss the purport. Okay. So we'll discuss the purport of the last one first. Okay. So the last verse says, Arjuna seeing that the world population was in distress. Shatat trayati iti kshatriya. One who performs violence in order to establish silence, or one who performs hinsa to establish ahimsa. That is called a kshatriya. So you could see that actually there was a lot of hinsa happening in this particular world. So that is why he withdrew. He retracted the Brahmastra weapons as Krishna had decided. So today people are all talking about, oh, there will be a lot of atom bomb explosion and the world will be finished. So Prabhupada says this is foolish. This is nonsense. The modern day atom bomb is not capable, does not have any power to destroy the world. Prabhupada is so very convinced in the purport. Today people talk atom bomb, atom. I have this atom bomb. You have another atom bomb. मेरे पास nuclear bomb है, तेरे पास है. तू दबाएगा, मैं भी दबाऊंगा button. So, but atom bombs and nuclear bombs are not so powerful. Yeah, and ultimately, please understand. We should understand this very clearly. That ultimately, Krishna personally takes care of what? Palan, Poshan, Sthiti, Rakshan, maintenance. It is whose? Maintenance is whose responsibility? Sakshat Vishnu, Krishna takes care of maintenance. He's personally there. Yes, so without sanctioning of Krishna, not a blade of grass can move. We should be very clear. Yeah. So world will be destroyed only by the desire of Krishna. In fact, here Krishna desired that let the weapons come back. And that's what happened. Arjuna fulfilled the desire of Krishna. Correct? So that is something we saw. So purport says the same thing. We should all, otherwise people are all worried. They start making calculation. Which is superpower? कौन superpower है? Superpower? And the estimation of superpower is जो दुनिया को उड़ा सकता है. You can blast off a country. You can wipe off a country from the map of the world. It's called superpower. This is foolish imagination. So nothing can be so powerful to destroy Krishna's creation. Asan nahi hai. Yes. But you saw Hiroshima, Nagasaki and all this stuff. The effects were very dramatic effects. It's not something which is very good, but still we need to understand that ultimately it all lies in the hands of the Supreme Lord. Nobody can disturb the will of the Supreme Lord. Okay, coming back to this verse. Tata asadya. Tata asadya. Therefore, thereafter, what did Arjuna do? Asadya. He went and arrested. He captured Ashwatthama. How? Tarasa. Yes, very intelligently. Ekdam, Arjuna was expert. You remember previously also Arjuna had captured one person and brought him as Bandi. Who is that? Let's see who remembers. Jayadrat Bhim Bhaiya did. Not Arjuna. Jayadrat was Bhima. Arjuna had arrested Drupad. So Drupad was impressed. And the entire Swayamvar he had arranged so that Arjuna was he was so impressed. Arre, isne mere ko arrest kiya. Drupad was a powerful king of Panchal. Very powerful. He said, Meri beti kisko dunga? Arjun ko hi dunga. I am going to give my daughter in Arjuna's hand only. So he sets up the entire Swayamvar in such a way that Arjuna wins it. He was very impressed by Arjuna. And that's what happened. So Arjuna had arrested Drupad and brought very dexterously. And then arrests and he picks. Jayadrat, yes, Jayadrat was arrested by Bhima. वो arrested क्या? He was going beating him. उसको murder ही करने वाला था. अरे मार देते इसको. Just रे बहनों ही अरे he's our sister's husband. Don't kill him. Actually, that fellow was going for another marriage, his own marriage. वो अपने दूसरे शादी के लिए जा रहा था. In between, he got attracted to Draupadi only. He said, अरे इससे शादी कर लेते हैं. She said, I'm already married. I'm a wife of 5 husbands. 6 one more. Chalo. So he was forcefully taking. And Dhaumya Rishi came. Now Dhaumya Rishi is a Brahmana. He is not stopped with it. He started giving gali in Sanskrit language. Or Sanskrit, whatever he knew, he started giving gali. And he started explaining Shastra. He said, Arey, tu bakwas karta raha, I'm going. So he did not heed to the sage. And the Pandavas, Dhaumya reported to Pandavas. He told them at what speed, which direction he went. Both Bhim and Arjun went, and Bhima captured and he was beating him. He was going to give the death blow. One more shot and Jayadratha would have been finished. He would have been finished completely. So that is when Yudhishthir Maharaj he stops. He shows resilience. Yeah, he's able to accommodate even Jayadratha. He says, "Oh, don't beat him, but you insult him, because for Kshatriya, insult, dishonor is worse than death. So insult him." Okay. So he dexterously arrests him. Yeah, and what does he do? Gautami Sutam. He arrests the son of Gautami. Son of Gautami. That is Ashwatthama. And Babanda Marsha Tamraksha. Tamraksha is the name. Tamraksha means reddish eyes. Lalla Rakhi. Bloodshot out of anger. Tamraksha. Babanda, he bound up. Like Pashun. As though you bind up an animal. Like a जानवर को कैसे bind करते like that. With Rashanaya, with ropes. So with ropes he bound like an animal. Pashunyatha. And Amarshatam, Amraksha, out of his anger, he was reddish. He had captured. So here Ashwatthama is called as Gautami Sutam. Now this way Gautami is given to Kripi. Yes, Kripi. Ashwatthama's mother's name is Kripi. So Kripi is the twin sister of Kripacharya. Kripa and Kripi. And Kripi married Dronacharya. Correct? So because she was born in the family of Gautam Rishi, she is called as Gautami. Correct? Hare Krishna. So here we find here that such a son of Gautami, Arjuna was bound to catch him. This is the dharma that he was performing. Correct? And which he did was he is an aggressor. Who are the 6 aggressors? Anyone knows? There are 6 types of aggressors. You can all type whatever you know. Aggressors should be in fact immediately killed. They should be beheaded. But Arjuna is arresting him because he wants to consider. Yes, somebody who burns somebody's house, very good. One who steals another's wife, very good. Third, one who plunders riches, one who administers poison. Steals wealth and attacks with deadly weapons. Acquires land, attacking with deadly weapons. Correct. So these are the 6 types of Atatainaha. These aggressors are called in Bhagavad Gita as Atatainaha. Correct. So Ashwatthama is killed. He has killed sleeping children and the entire Sena. Correct. So they are all called as Atatainaha. Aggressor. So such an aggressor should be killed on the spot. But what did he do? He did not kill him immediately because he wanted to consider. He wanted to take an opinion. Although he promised Draupadi, I will bring him, he will stand on his head, we will give, we'll do Antyeshti for our children, then only you take bath. He had told. So then what happens here is Ashwatthama in one sense was treated like this. Isn't it proper? Somebody may ask, Dekho. But in Kali Yuga, we can't kill. No, Baba. We are not Kshatriya, we should understand. In Kali Yuga, Kalau Shudra Sambhava, everyone is Shudra. This Atataina should be killed by Kshatriyas, not by mob. Mob is Shudra. So Kshatriya gives punishment. None of us are Kshatriyas. Where is Kshatriyas here? Kshatriya means who can fight with tiger and lion. हम लोग कुत्ते को देख के भाग जाते हैं. कौन क्षत्रिय है यहाँ पे? Seeing dog, people run away. So no Kshatriya here. Please understand. Now one may say, so it's okay to treat a Brahmana like this. Are Gautami Putra. Yes, Pashum, he's treated like an animal, no problem. Because he's behaved like an animal. He's behaved like an animal, that's why you should treat the person like that. Translation?
Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like 2 red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal.
Thank you. context should be taken into account. Arjuna was a representative of king. Not only that, he's a Kshatriya. Any Kshatriya can do it. Any a bona fide Kshatriya who has undergone the training of Dharma Shastra. See, training is given to everyone. Shudra means untrained fellows. Of course, they are although untrained, but still they are expected to be loyal to masters. That is one value is expected from Shudra. If you look at Vaishyas, Vaishyas are trained especially in morality because they do a lot of business, how protection. So at least morality, they should know what is being moral. Niti, they should know. Kshatriya means not just a person knows the art of warfare. He should also know Dharma Shastras. He should know what is religion. The only reason, that's one of the another reason why Ekalavya's fingers were taken away. Because he didn't know Dharma Shastra. You may know weapons, you may know how to fight, you may know how to operate weapons, but if you don't know Dharma Shastra, if you know Dharma Shastra, you wouldn't have stitched the mouth of the poor dog. So you don't know Dharma. Kshatriyas are expected to Dharma and Brahmana is expected to know Atma. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. At least about Atma. If not the spiritual nature, at least the nature of soul. Minimum. That is the lowest type of Brahmana, who knows Atma Shastras, who knows the sign, the difference between body and soul. Without that, one is not qualified to be Brahmana also. Correct. So these are values expected. Correct. Okay. Next. He has arrested him. Now next what? Shibiraya nini santam rajva badhvari kumbalat praharjunam prakupito Bhagavan ambujekshanaha. Hare Krishna. Shibraya Ninishantam. Ninishantam. Leke ja rahe the. Taking him. Ninishantam. Where? Shibiraya. To the camp. Yes, to that place where they were there. Rajva Badhva. They wound up by the ropes. Correct? There's a direct message. Sometime on cabs, windshields, they write Kshatriya Kulavantas. They may write all such things, but they don't know what is Kshatriya, they don't know what is Kula also. What is Kula Dharma also, they don't know what is Kshatriya Dharma also. Wo bhi nahi jante wo log. There is some Dharma existing like that also, they will not know. That's why Kalo Shudra Sambhava, because of ignorance. They may write all Kshatriya Kulavantas, and they may write their names, we are all this dynasty, that dynasty. It's all simply show. It's a show bottle. There is no substance in that. Coming back. Rajva Badva. Ripum. Ripu is the enemy. Correct? Balat. By force, he was putting. And Arjuna was in a very angry mood. Prakupitaha Arjuna. So unto Arjuna, somebody wanted to speak. Who is that? Bhagavan Ambujekshana. See, Arjuna is considered, he is told here as Tamraksha. Hey, reddish eyes. Kupitaha. Anger. Now to an angry Arjuna, who is going to speak? Bhagavan Ambujekshana. That means in all situations, in all situations, you will find that Krishna's eyes are like lotus. Krishna's eyes are lotus-like eyes. Then why we see caste in marriage, even in devotees? See that. Oh, that is one of the considerations. That is nothing wrong. In seeing, देखने के लिए विद्या वयो द्रविण नंबरम आत्मतुल्यम कुलम कात्वा मुकुंद महति कुलशील रूप विद्या दयो द्रविण नंबरम आत्मतुल्यम धीरापते कुलवती नवरीत कन्या. So even Rukmini is seeing those factors. So our kula is also matching. There is no, we can see as a consideration, nothing wrong. But on the other hand, Chanakya Pandit says very clearly that Dushkulam api Stri Ratnam. Even if somebody is of a very bad kula, Dushkulam api Stri Ratnam, but the girl has very good qualities, she should be selected. The kula is very niche. Dushkulam api Stri Ratnam. That is one of the qualities. Picking up essence and being essence seekers. There is nothing wrong. So do I devotees see? Because they can consider Shastras. Nothing wrong. Yeah. Pratiloma, Aniloma, there are marriages, right? The boy should always be of a higher caste than the girl. Then that marriage is considered to be correct as per Shastras. But in certain cases, it can be Aniloma also if the will of providence is there. Devahuti marrying, Devahuti is perfect. Our Yayati, He had married Devyani. Something like that. It's accepted. Okay, so Bhagavan Ambujakshana, the lotus like eyes. So Tamraksha and Ambujaksha. Correct? These two are described. Now, why is this described? Now Arjuna is angry. Both of them have gone to war. Correct? And one is having a lotus eyes. This is to indicate very clearly that Lord is never ever affected by passion. He's always having this lotus eyes. Always. Never affected by passion, never affected by ignorance, and of course, never affected by goodness also. Correct? So both anger, pleasure, everything is same for the Lord. Absolutely not. It's transcendental. Correct? So now what Krishna is also going to speak now, we should not judge Krishna's statement. Maybe Krishna is influenced by some modes. Do watch Krishna's statements. Not for us to judge that. That is why Krishna's eyes, Ambujakshana, is mentioned very clearly. Please read.
After binding Ashwatthama, Arjuna wanted to take him to the military camp. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, looking on with his lotus eyes, spoke to Arjuna in an angry mood.
Yeah. So Lord's anger is not out of any kind of passion. Lord's eyes are always Ambujakshana. This is what we need to understand. Mainam partharhasi tratum brahmabandhum imam jahi yosav anaghasasuttan avadhin nishi bhalakan. Okay. So now Krishna is going to preach to Arjuna. He's going to say, so what he's telling first thing what he's saying, Ma enam partharsi. Hey, Parth, Ma enam tratum. इसको छोड़ना मत. We say na. In Hindi, we say इसको छोड़ दे, don't leave this fellow. Ma enam tratum. इसको बिल्कुल मत छोड़ना. Like that. That's how Krishna starts the statement. Ma enam tratum. किसको Brahma bandhum imam. This fellow who is a Brahma bandhu. Please understand. Never ever consider this fellow to be a Brahmana. अरे ब्राह्मण है, अरे ब्राह्मण को ऐसा पकड़ के ला सकते हैं क्या? मुझे तो मन लग रहा है अरे छोड़ दो, हे मत छोड़ो न माता तुम. Why is because he is not Brahman, he is Brahma Bandhu. Who is a Brahma Bandhu? Brahma Bandhu means who simply has a sacred trait. He has no qualities of Brahmana. Brahmanas have 12 qualities. When Lord Krishna mentions the 18th chapter, 42nd verse, Samo Namat Tapas Saucham Antir Arjavamevacha Jnanam Vijnanamastikyam Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. So like that, many qualities Krishna mentions. Correct? But still, this fellow doesn't have any qualities because why? Why is called Brahma Bandhu? Hey, Anagasa Suptan. Anagasa, sinless. Suptan, sleeping. Avadhin, Nishi Balakan. See, Avadhin, who are not supposed to be killed. And Nishi in the night. It was clearly decided. See, what is the meaning of Dharma Yudh? Many of them think that Dharma Yudh yani ki dharma ke liye ladai hui. That is also correct. But Dharma Yudh means that war in which Dharma is followed. That means once the conch is blown, then the war starts. And second time conch is blown, stop. In the evening, friends, chalo. Let's analyze the match. How we played. अरे वो weapon कौन सा छोड़ा था यार? It's too good. वो weapon मेरे को भी सिखाएगा क्या? हाँ, definitely. We'll teach you now which weapon it was released. Like that, they used to sit and discuss. Even Gada Yudh, Mall Yudh, सबके. अरे that attack, can you teach me? Okay, I'll also teach you that. I'll teach you that move. We used to teach each other. That is Dharma Yudh. See, you cannot understand certain things. After Shank is born, sunset, finished. Everyone becomes friends. Like दूसरे से जाके मिलते थे आराम से. They never had any enmity that day. Enmity is only for the war. अरे ऐसे कैसे कर सकते? That is what is Kshatriya. He knows where to use his anger. Correct? So that is called Dharma Yudh. जहाँ पे धर्म का पालन. No attacking from the back. Yes, there are many rules like that. You cannot attack a person who's running away. You cannot attack a person who's not having weapons. On the other hand, the Yuddha that was fought on Lanka by the Vanara, that was not Dharma Yuddha. These Rakshasas, they used to come in the night only. रात को ही आके attack करते थे वो लोग. That was not Dharma Yuddha. Yes. So now that is why night is one of the consideration. So he says Anagasha. These fellows are sinless boys, sleeping boys. Avadin, they are not supposed to be killed. So Avadin, he killed them. Nishi, at night, Balakan. And they were boys, young boys. So that's what this fellow has done. So Krishna is reminding Arjuna of the notorious activities. So that is why Imam Jahi, kill this rascal. Maro usko. That's what he's saying. In one sense, kill him. That's what he's inspiring Arjuna. Got it? मार दो उसको, छोड़ो मत. Who's reading translation?
Lord Krishna said, O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahma Bandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep.
Now Krishna is going to describe the niyam of the rules of a Dharma Yoga. So he explains the rules. Mattam pramattam unmattam suptam balam striyam jadam prapannam viratam bhitam naripum hanti dharmavrit. Dharmavit means one who knows the dharma. Kshatriya is supposed to know. Na ripum hanti. Although he may be enemy, ripu na hanti. You don't kill an enemy, provided there are 10 things mentioned. Mattam. Mattam means somebody is careless right now. He's doing something else. So he's careless. He's not. So that is why first thing what Kshatriyas do, Savdhan. You seen that? Savdhan. They say Savdhan and then they attack. So they, सामने वाले व्यक्ति को सावधान करते हैं. They do not unnecessarily attack a person who's careless, who's not ready. Savdhan. That is Dharma Yoga. Smattam. Careless fellow. Pramattam. Pramattam means fellow who is intoxicated. That fellow is having some hangover next day. उसको नहीं मारते तू जा तो बेटा से सो क्या तेरे को fight नहीं करेंगे. Somebody is intoxicated in some way or the other. We don't. Pramattam. Unmattam. Unmattam is this fellow is mad fellow. He's crazy. He's supposed to be in asylum. No, we don't kill people like that. No. Mad fellow. He's mad. So we don't kill such person also. A mad person is treated in asylum and then killed. इसको पहले ठीक करो उसके बाद मारेंगे इसको. Unmattam. Suptam. Where somebody is sleeping, we don't kill. Balam. Child. No. Merely a small boy, we don't kill. Striyam. A woman. No. No killing. Jadam. Jad means now somebody like Jad Bharat. The fellow is physically present, mentally absent. Jad Bharat. So Jadam. So that Jad person also. Bewkoof admi. Foolish fellow, we don't kill. Prapannam. Somebody surrendered. Please, sir, I surrender to you. Okay, all right. Viratham. Somebody is not having a chariot. रथ नहीं है किसी का. भीतम. Somebody is fearful. अरे डर लग रहा है मेरे को. अरे मत मारो अच्छी बेजा. निकल. Out. छोड़ दो. We don't kill. Okay. Mattam, pramattam, unmattam, suptam, balam, striyam, jadam, prapannam, viratam, bhitam. Na ripum hanti dharmavit. Now one may say, Prabhuji, the whole reason why Mughals they entered India is because our very noble kings followed these principles. Please understand, these are all principles of Brihaspati Niti. These are all principles of Brihaspati Niti which should be applied to gentlemen. The other person who is properly, he also knows the Shastra. Unpe ye laga. Duryodhan was a person with Brihaspati Niti. Although he's a demoniac fellow, mischievous guy, but he used. On the other hand, should Prithviraj Chauhan, should he have killed Ghori? What he should have done? Because Ghori did surrender. Prapannam. And how many times he left him? You know? 17 times. 17 बार I heard. 17 times छोड़ दिया उसको. That is wrong. So I was asked a question in even Siddhivat show. That what you would have done? I would have told I would have applied Shukra Niti, not Brihaspati Niti. For such kind of rascals, you should apply Shukra Niti because he's going to come again. So what I would have done? I would have captured him and would have Prapannam. I surrender. Please let me go back. Don't worry. I will not kill you. I'll put you in a jail which is not like a jail. And then there, I will call Maulana and teach you Quran. To teach a Quran padho and live your life God conscious way. And your place, I will, don't worry, I'll arrange somebody who is a good king according to my estimation. Who's a Brihaspati Niti person, I'll appoint that person there. So your kingdom is taken care of, your relatives will be taken care of, your people will be taken care of. Do not worry, and I am taking care of you also. I'll feed you 3 times prasad, don't worry. 3 times prasadam will feed you. Maulana will arrange, will come and teach you Quran. And you learn, chupchap, learn karo, or go back to Godhead. Whatever, tell him. Go to your destination. Respect. That should have been applied. But many kings misapplied. Chanakya applied, he applied Shukra Niti, Dhananand ke khilaf. That's why successful. He knew that Dhananand is a unreasonable fellow. इसके साथ हम बृहस्पति नीति वगैरह नहीं, साम दाम वेद दंड, this should be beaten only. Correct. So Chanakya was one Pandit. That's why because of that Niti, he was able to make Chandragupta practically the emperor of the entire India. He extended from Persia till almost Burma. That was the empire. So he applied the right Niti. You should know how to apply the right Niti. We'll go ahead. No translation. We'll not read. It's easy. Swaprananya parapranai prapushnati agrinah kalah tavadhastasya hi shreyo yaddoshat yati adha puman. So what is explained here? See, he's calling Ashwatthama as Khala. You heard his Nayak and Khalnayak. You heard his word Khalnayak? Khalnayak means what? Khalanayak. Villain. People call villain, no? Villain person. So that's why he's calling him Khalak. Ye Khala hai. Khal. He's not hero. He's villain. Khala. Khala is usually a envious fellow. Envious rascal is called Khala. Wretched person. Such a person. That's what Shastra describes as Khala. Correct? Swaprananya parapranai. Khalas are those people. Like Ashwatthama is a Khala. Swaprananya, they maintain their life at the cost of paraprani, at the cost of others' lives. Yes, and that's how he prapushnati. That's how he lives, by killing others. And he is agrana, he has no shame, shameless fellow. And tadvadam tasya hi shreya yat doshat yati adha puman. So please understand, tatvadas tasya shreyo hi. By killing him, you are doing good to him. इसके साथ तुम अच्छा कर रहे हो. तत्वदस तस्य श्रेयो ही. उसके साथ अच्छा ही कर रहे हो. You do good to him. यद दोषाद याति अधः पुमान. Otherwise, you leave him by his दोष. उसके दोष के कारण याति अधः. याति means to go. Adha means he will go down. He will go downwards to hellish planets. You can save him by going to hellish planets by vada, by killing him right now. That will be good too. So nowadays, state is it's admonishing and trying to ban these capital punishments. That's what they're saying. Previously in America, they had a punishment called electric chair. Anyone knows what is that? It's bita dete the usko electric chair pe bita ke has to kill that fellow. In India, it's hanged to death. They're removing such punishment, but this is actually as per Manu Samhita. Somebody has killed someone, murdered. If he's punished here by the king, then he'll suffer less in hell. Otherwise, hellish planets will suffer very much. We already seen the video last time. Remember? We saw the video. I'm not going to show again. वो वीडियो देख के और तब डर गए ब्रो जी ऐसा होता है क्या अरे वीडियो दिस इज जस्ट एन एनिमेशन yes that too it is not a very pakka this video made some 20 years back some Thai scripture. It's same like Yamraj. You saw now that fellow is having illicit sex. The wife is coming and slapping, and then that fellow is drinking and vomiting. He's playing tar, jua, eating flesh. Then he's sleeping. That time they come and they take him. इसको मस्त मारते हैं, उसका पिटाई करते हैं. Yes, that fellow is beaten nicely. If animation can be so scary, reality कैसे होगा? सोच रहे. Please give that video's link in the WhatsApp. Preview of hell. You write. YouTube will get. Preview of hell. That's it. Hare Krishna. Translation. We have covered the purport.
A cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he'll go down by his own actions.
I made a practice for my longer sessions. I give a 5-minute break. So we'll take a short break and come back after 5 minutes. Okay, if we'll come back at 4, it's 4:41 in my watch. So we'll come back at 4:46 in 5 minutes and we'll continue the section. What other logic Krishna is going to give us?
Satischa Vrindavane Tvadi Sangri Saroja Seva Lavya Chapun Sankri Payata Vaiva Vrinde Numaste Charana Ravinda.
Vinda.
Vrindastakanya Shinuya Patenva Vrindavanadishavadacha Vrinda Saprapya Vrindavana Nityavasam Taprema Sevam Bhavate Kritada Gangeya Champeya Tadidinidi Rochi Praha Snapitanam Navrinde Bandhu Kabandhu Jyutidi Rasi Vrinde Numaste Charanaravinda Gangeya Champeya Tadidvinindi Rochi Pravaha Snapitanama Vrinde Bandhu Kabandhu Dyuti Divyavashi Vrinde Numaste Charanaravrindam Bringa, Brigati Virmadhava Keli Kunja, Madha Divirvandivi.
Hare Krishna. He is my very, very favorite singer. His name is Habib Prabhu. He's Prabhupada disciple. Ilan Chesler. That's his name. So soothing to the ears, correct. So it's a group of devotees. They have sung very beautifully. He has very good songs. Even Gauranga Karuna Karo. That also beautifully sung from heart. Proper disciple. All right, nice to be back. You all did not go away. You came back. Thank you. We'll continue. प्रतिश्रुतं च भवता पाञ्चाल्यै शृण्वतो मम आहरिष्ये शिरस्तस्य यस्ते मानिनि पुत्रः. Yeah, Arjuna, another reason that I'm giving you, I give you yet another reason why you are supposed to kill this fellow. Because pratishrutam cha bhavata, see, bhavata, you have made a promise. Pratishutam. Unto whom? Panchalyai. Shrinvato mama. मैंने सुन लिया था, मैंने खुद सुना है. See, मैंने खुद अपने कानों से सुना है. I've heard with my own ears. Shrinvata mama. My own ears I heard. Panchalyai Pratishutam. You made a promise to Panchali. Correct? Do you remember? Ahirishya Shirastasya, that you will get that fellow's head. Correct? You told? Yaste Manini Putraha. Yes. So this fellow, this wretched fellow, is the killer of her sons. Please remember that. That is another logic that Krishna is giving. Next. Tad asau vadhyatam papa atatai atma bandhuha bhartuscha vipriyam vira kritavan kulapam sanaha. So now this is the final concluding. Tat. Now there's another way to conclude. Tat means tataha, tat, tasmad. So these are all different ways in which you conclude your speech. So tat, please understand, therefore, this man, yes, asau, this fellow is an assassin. Papa, atatai atmabandhu. He is an assaulter. First of all, he is papa. This fellow is sinful. Second, atatai. This fellow is a killer, murderer. Yes. Atma bandhuha. Yes. Atma bandhuha. This fellow is murderer of your own family members. आपके बंधु को मारा इन्होंने. Yes. Correct. And ये कुछ नहीं. Bhartuscha vipriyam vira. Please understand that even his master is displeased with him. Yes, even his own Bhartu. Who is his Bhartu? Who is his master? Master of Ashwatthama. Who is it? Yes, Duryodhana. So even Duryodhana is displeased with him. Bhartuscha vipriyam. Even this Bhartu, his master, is not very vipriyam. He is not satisfied. So hey Veer, Kritavan, Kula Pamshanah. Who, the fellow who has burned the remnants of your family. Kula Pamshanah. Kritavan, this fellow is done. So, Vadhyatam, kill him. Mar do isko, abhi mar. That's what Lord Krishna tells. Now, I am asking you all a frank question. What you would have done? Lord Krishna is telling kill. Previously, Arjun did Karishya Vachanam Tava. And now here Krishna gave various reasons. Can you please, all of you, please list up all the reasons that you understood, you assimilated? Abhi Bhagwan ne itna bola hai dialogue. Some reasons you can quickly share. Either in the chat or chat is best. We'll have a list also. Without looking into notes. Atatai, yes, he's aggressor. Finished, kill him. That's enough. That's good reason enough. If I knew Bhagwan himself was telling, I would have killed. Definitely, all of us would have done that only. Brahma Bandhu. Yes, this fellow is Brahma Bandhu and leads. You will not get Brahma Hatya ka kuch bhi paap nahi lagega. Okay. Killing children in night. Yes, that is Atadaina. Khala. Shameless. Villain fellow is. Hero should kill villain. Your Veera is Khala. So you should kill him. He is shameless. Agrinataha. I want reasons. Killing children in the night. Correct. Yeah, he's killing him. He's Kula Nashak. Correct. He has killed your whole Kula. Very good. Then? Yeah, you promised Draupadi, you will bring his head. She will stand on his head and then you will make her take a bath and all that. Remember? Then only you'll wipe her tears. Bola tha na? Yeah. Promise bhi kiya, Draupadi promise. Yes, I heard personally. Maine suna. Okay. So now, how many of you, please confidently tell me, how many of you would have killed this fellow here only? Arey Bhagwan ne bol diya, ho gaya, done. Do it. Good. But did Arjun kill him? Let's find out. Let's find out. Suta uvacha evam parikshata dharmam partha krishnena chodita neichad hantum guru sutam yadyapi atmahanam mahan. The same. We need to understand the same Arjuna who said Karishya Vachanam Tava 18 days back. Correct? 18 days back, he had told Krishna Karishya Vachanam Tava, and on the order of Krishna, he had fought. Sutta Goswami is giving commentary. What did he say? He says Evam parikshitam dharmam partha. Krishnena dharma parikshita. Oh, Krishna was testing Arjuna here. Dekha, hum fail ho gaye. That is why we need to understand that Kshatriyas have to know dharma. This was a test. Evam parikshita dharmam partha Krishnena chodita. So that is how Krishna encouraged Arjuna to kill. अरे मारो मारो इसको reason भी दिया and order भी दिया. अरे जही अध्यता. They instructed him and gave him reasons. But this was ultimately a test for Arjuna. But what did Arjuna? Did he pass? He did pass in the test. नेच्छदहंतुम न इच्छदहंतुम. मुझे मारने की इच्छा नहीं है. गुरु सुतम, गुरु पुत्र को. मैं गुरु पुत्र को नहीं मारूंगा. This is how Arjuna is looking at him. Krishna said Brahma Bandhu, Gautami Putra, Atatayi Naha, but Arjuna says Guru Putra. This is my Guru's son. Naicha. I don't have a desire to kill him. Yatyapi Atmahanam Mahan. This fellow is a great killer of my children. मेरे बच्चों को मारा है. Despite of this fact, Naicha Hantu. I don't have desire to kill this fellow. Hare Krishna. So what do we understand from this? What do you understand? We understand how ignorant we are. How much more dharma we have to understand. We have to understand essence, how dharma is deep. Correct? How Lord's desire is deep. See, Arjuna understood the heart of Krishna. Not just the words of Krishna. The heart of Krishna. That is a first class servant. Uttamas chintitam kuryat. Uttamas chintitam kuryat means top class servant is that person who will follow the mind and heart of the master, not just the words. He's going to do the beyond that. So this is the first test of Arjuna. Now Arjuna is going to be tested in many ways. See, the exams and tests that we face in the world is not skill based. It's principle based. Skill based tests is very easy. Where you have to exhibit your skills. Now Arjuna could have easily, how many seconds it would have taken for Arjuna? In one shloka, he pulls back the Brahmastra. In second shloka, he dexterously captures him and brings him. One more shloka, he could have killed him, and thus ends this chapter. We didn't have to discuss this in Bhagavatam. It's over. Game over. Khatam. Correct? So here Arjuna proved that he is a first class devotee. Correct? But he is not selfish. He is not whimsical. That for my benefit. So Arjuna's test of due, sense of duty, his principles were tested in this. And Krishna puts his devotees into tests again and again to test your principles. How deep are your principles? But please understand one thing. When we say, bro, exams we're all afraid of exam right from beginning. Exam में तो tension, कल मेरा paper है, exam है. But in Bhakti हमारा रोज रहता है exam. And every day we are tested in principle. But we have one thing. Please understand. We will never ever get that question paper which we cannot solve. Because Krishna also wants devotees to pass the paper. Correct? So हमें उतना ही exam मिलेगा जितना हमारा capacity है, level है. If it's correct to kill Dronacharya, then why it's wrong to kill Ashwatthama? Sorry, but I'm still not able to understand. Please forgive my ignorance. I request for some patience. It's going to come ahead. It's going to come ahead. Dronacharya was on the battlefield. Ranabhumi mein tha. This was on the battlefield. And there also Dronacharya was not killed. Dronacharya had taken samadhi and left his body. Drishtadyumna went and just beheaded him. That's the only thing. Because his purpose of life, why he was born, the goal of his life was to kill Drona. Correct? So we need to understand here the situation, time, place, circumstances ki hisab se dharma. See, dharma is not just a text. This text has a deep context. So unless the context is understood, we cannot apply the text. Correct? So we are going to come ahead. So I request for some patience. We are going to go ahead. Dronacharya had to be killed because that is he was on the battlefield. But now here circumstances are different. Pata lagana. Find out. अतोपेत्यस्व शिविरं गोविंद प्रिय सारथिः न्यवेदयातं प्रियायै शोचयन्त्यात्मजान् हतान्. So thereafter, Ataha, Upetya, they reached Swashibiram. So Arjuna reached his Shibir. They all reached their camp, the camping site. Yes. And Govinda, Priya, Sarati. So Arjun reached, and Govinda is Priya and Sarati both. Right? Friend as well as the charioteer of Arjuna. So Naivedyat. Now we offer Naivedya to God. Like that, in the mood of Naivedya offering, Tam Priya, he offered unto Draupadi, unto his Priya, Naivedya. So he entrusted him, take this murderer. And what she was doing? Shochantya. She was lamenting Atma Jan Hatan on the murder of her sons. Correct? Somebody can read translation.
After reaching his own camp, Arjuna, along with his dear friend and charioteer, Sri Krishna, entrusted the murderer unto his dear wife, who was lamenting for her murdered sons.
He didn't kill him that time. उस समय नहीं मारा. So one reason we understand. क्योंकि ये इसका अपराधी है पहले. He has hurt her. So she should decide what should happen with her. उसके साथ क्या करना है, आप decide कीजिए. So he's giving her the decision. Now going on. That's why he didn't immediately kill. He deserves to be killed. We are not saying that he is अरे ब्राह्मण अवध्य है. Correct? He deserves. He definitely deserves to be killed, but not that time. Let's to bring him. We will all take decision what to do. इसके साथ क्या कर रहे हैं उसको पकड़ के लेकर पहले. Then we'll decide what to do. Correct? We should also understand that decisions should never be taken in haste. Haste makes waste. That's another thing we definitely should discuss with very intelligent devotee, especially a Kshatriya. Kshatriya is always having a group of Brahmanas with him. Why? Because they will give him very good mantrana. There's a difference between Amatya, Mahamatya, Mantri, Mahamantri. Amatyas are assistants. They assist the king in some duties, government duties. They are called Amatyas. Mahamatya is the chief among them, who help him to execute some particular duties. Mahamatya, Amatya. Mantri is different. Mantri is who give mantrana. They are all Brahmanas. Mostly they hired are Brahmanas. They give mantrana. They give nice guidance as per Shastras. What you are supposed to do. And then there's Mahamantri. His opinion is considered to be the best. Then Mahamantri will also discuss with all other mantris, only then he will give his verdict. Something like that. It's always better to discuss and take decision. So I normally say this: discussion, decision, action. That's a very good way of doing things. Correct? So Krishna wanted to check whether you discussed or not. Once what happened, my spiritual master called one of my god brothers, very senior god brothers. Said, I would like to start a program at your home. What do you feel? Said, Maharaj, I'll just come back in 2 minutes. So he went and came back. And he said, Maharaj, we are more than happy and delighted to host your program in our home. It's our greatest privilege, fortune. Maharaj said, that's all right. But 2 minutes, where were you? Said, I went to discuss with my wife. Now I say, hey, what is this man? Guru says, you immediately should follow. But Maharaj said, I appreciate that. Very good. This is how we should be. So Maharaj appreciated his behavior. That you went and discussed. This is very good. So always discuss and then take decision. Tatahritam pashuvat pashabaddham avanmukham karma jugupsitena niriksha krishna pakritam gurosutam vamasvabhava kripayana namacha. Pashuvat, pashabaddham, tied with ropes like an animal. Tatahritam, he was bought bought and presented to Draupadi. Yes. Avak Mukham, that fellow was not able to speak anything. Kuch bol nahi pa raha tha. One of the weapons of Brahmana is his ukti, his speech. बोल करके बहुत कुछ वो व्यक्ति जो है he can make a lot of things happen just by speaking. Speaking is their strength. सवाक मुखम अवाक कुछ निकल नहीं रहा था. कर्म जुगुप्सितेन, his activities were जुगुप्सितेन, horrible. निरीक्ष्य कृष्णा अपकृतम गुरो सुतम. So here निरीक्ष्य, by seeing, now who is seeing? Krishna. Another name of Draupadi is Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Krishna is Draupadi's name also. She is also called Krishna. Durga Devi is also called Krishna. Correct? Krishna. So Niriksha, Krishna Apakritam Guru Sutam. So this fellow Apakritam, this fellow is Kritam is good deed. Apakritam is bad deed. So she saw Krishna Apakritam, but she see him as Guru Sutam. This is the son of Guru Putra. This fellow is Guru Putra. So because of her Vama Swabhava. Now Vama Swabhava is very good nature. So Draupadi had a very good nature. Vama Swabhava. Kripaya Nanamacha. So she developed compassion for him. And what did she do? She offered obeisance. Nanama. She offered obeisances to Brahmana. It's the duty of every Kshatriya to offer obeisances to the Brahmana. It's the duty of every Grihastha to offer respects to the renounced order of life. See this dress should be offered respect. That's the duty. So she developed compassion for him, and then she offered obeisances to him. A due respects to a Brahmana. Okay, now this requires some discussion, right? So first of all, we wanted to know, how many of you seen somebody in scripture forgiving? One thing is Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj was also very forgiving. He forgave Jayadratha in the beginning of the class. The first half of the class, we discussed this, right? How he forgave Jayadratha, Sindhu Narish Jayadratha. Isko thoda hai na, mundan karke beech mein thoda, what we'll do, we'll shave him in between, we'll make a crazy fancy hairstyle and let him go. Those days, it was very insulting. But nowadays, if that was done, that fellow will attract 1 million viewership on Instagram. Yes, something like this crazy fellow. He will attract 1 million viewership and follows and shares. All these things will increase for that fellow. At that time, it was very insulting. Kisi ka baal nikal dena was very insulting. That's how he left it. I was hearing another example of Lakshman. Now, Lakshman, what did he tell to Sita Devi? Don't cross the Lakshman Rekha. And Lord Ram is completely fine. That time Sita Devi spoke so badly to Lakshman. See, I think you are here to enjoy me. You wanted an option. That's why you came to forest. No? Now, Sita Devi did not mean it. She wanted, अरे कैसे भी करके तुम जाओ यहाँ से, ऐसा बोलोगी तभी तुम जाओगे. So that was a concern Sita. On the other hand, there was confident Lakshman. Lakshman was very confident. कुछ नहीं होगा राम को. So usually this is how conflict takes place in devotees also. We are trying to discuss some good principle here. So why between two devotees some tussle can happen or some difference can happen? Because one person is concerned, other person is confident. So it's often a tussle between concern and confidence. So Lakshman was very confident, concerned, please. And that's why she spoke something like this. And now later on, when Lakshman does the Agni Pariksha, did he go and tell Sita, अरे मैया बोला था ना, कुछ नहीं हुआ राम को, फिर भी बात नहीं माना मेरा, देखो भुगत लिया ना, 10 महीने लंका में आपको जो है इधर रखना पड़ा, अभी अग्नि परीक्षा आओ, चल कम. Did he ever taunt like this? We never find them doing this. This is Vama Swabhava. Yes, your comment, we are going to discuss your comment also. People who forgive suffer a lot in future in the hands of that same person Abhimanyu was lost. We are going to discuss. Again, Ambrish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni, he had the resilience to be forgiving, and he came back. He never said, "Hey, देख भागते हुए आ रहा है, किसके पैर पड़ रहा है? You are having so much pride now. Now see, Another resilience we find is Suniti and Suruchi. When Dhruva became successful, Suniti did not say, hey Suruchi, side please, out. Yeah, chalo, I'll go get my son. No, she called him also, please, you also come. We both will together. So these are all Vama Swabhavas which are appreciated in Shastras. Any other example you all can think of? Lakshman, Suruchi, Ambarish, never taunted. They never taunted the other person later on. बोला था ना तेरे को, ऐसा देख अभी क्या हुआ तेरे साथ. They never do that. So now here, what is described, that there is a sense of weakness that is also associated with such kind of gentle behavior. Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj forgave his father, Nityananda saved Jagai Madai despite being beaten. Very nice. From the wrath of Mahaprabhu. Good examples. Kansa and Vasudev, I'm not able to understand.
Prabhuji, what I meant was Kansa, Vasudev has been given a lot of, he has done a lot of penance in terms of dealing with Kansa, forgiving, and he has had a lot of kashtas also. But he was there weathering that. So I was just referring to that.
Okay, all right, fine. So here we need to understand that mild nature also has problems. Mild nature is appreciated, but it's also like something which is not very much appreciated sometimes. This also is very nice. Because, for example, we find, especially the nature of women by nature are very forgiving. There's a workshop we are attending that men play by rules. But on the other hand, women are compassionate. That is how the nature of men and women are. They play by rules means rules. Women are they are very compassionate, etc. So here we need to understand that a person who's fallen from this position of Brahman, so such a person doesn't deserve the respect of a Brahmana. But women will give respect to such a person also because of their good nature. Got it? That is Vama Swabhava. So this gentle and mild nature, yes, is something by which sometimes even discriminatory power is given up for that purpose. So Prabhupada says one has to have good discrimination to judge a thing based on merit and not just blindly flow away to sentiments and emotions. Yeah. So Ashwatthama got respect from a very mild nature or good natured woman. But still that fellow did not deserve this respect. He was not a genuine Brahmana. No. So we have to understand that respect has to be given to everyone, but there is a way to respect a person as Deho na. Sakale Shammana Korite Shakati Deho Nata Yata Yata. A person has to be respected as per one's position. So Krishna had condemned Ashwatthama, but still Draupadi was not able to have that sufficient discrimination. That's what is shown in this sloka. Just like sometimes Yudhishthira Maharaj's mild nature is also having a fault. On the 18th day, second half, Yudhishthira Maharaj brought out, Duryodhana was hiding inside the river pond. He was hiding in the lake. So Duryodhana had a power that he could breathe even in water. He could hold his breath and stay in water. So somehow he's not coming out. Then what did Yudhishthira Maharaj do? Yudhishthira Maharaj brought him out by Ukti, by giving lecture. And Duryodhana finally came out. Hey! And then what did Yudhishthira Maharaj do after Krishna? 5 Pandavas all were present. And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, hey Duryodhana, Brata Duryodhana, see we are 5 Pandavas here. You can fight, you can choose any one among us. Krishna was like, my God, mistake, blunder. Kya kar diya tumne? Don't do this, Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira like this used to make, because of his mild nature, he used to sometimes flow with emotions and not make discriminatory sense. So sometimes a mild nature can be a weakness, so we should watch out. So Yudhishthira was very mild nature. So many ask why Bhagavad Gita was not given to Yudhishthira, because of his mild nature. Why Bhagavad Gita was not given to him? Because of his very aggressive nature. On the other hand, Arjuna was a person in perfect balance. And that's what you'll see here also. Arjuna is balanced. He was a balanced Pandava. Correct? That's why he is the right person who deserved to hear the Bhagavad Gita. Why Krishna was a close associate of Arjuna. It was not just the age factor, that both of them were of the same age. No, that was just one aspect. So this Vama Swabhav should not, it is good. Vama Swabhav means good nature, but Vama Swabhav, Prabhupada is translating here, is mild nature. No, this is not good. Where one loses discrimination. So generally the nature of ladies, Prabhupada writes in the book. Now this Prabhupada statement, yes, and this is true also. That's how women are made. They may lose discrimination for emotions. Correct? It may happen. So one has to be very much under discrimination. Correct? That's very important. So now, does this answer Shruti Mataji's question? First question is answered. The second question is answered. First question अभी भी बाकी है. उसका अब तक क्यों नहीं मारा? अब तक क्यों जिंदा रखा है? Yes, it's going to come. Next. Uvacha cha sahantyasya bandhananayam sati muchyatam esha brahmano nitaram guru. So now Uvacha, she's going to speak some words. Let's hear. Uvacha cha asahanti asya. Asahanti, she could not tolerate. Asahanti. What she could not tolerate? Bandhana anayam. The way Ashwatthama was tied and brought. Usko pakad ke jaise laya gaya. She couldn't tolerate. And she's addressed here as Sati. Sati means very devoted and chaste. So she could not tolerate. That अरे कैसे उसको बांध के लाया? Muchyatam, छोड़ो उसको पहले. First cut his ropes. Leave him. Release him. Muchyatam, esha. Brahmano nitaram guru. Yes. He is a Brahmana and he is our guru. Brahman, yes. Brahman is guru of Kshatriyas. Correct? The spiritual master. So please, release him. He is our guru. Can somebody read the translation?
She could not tolerate bound by ropes, and being a devoted lady, she said, release him, for he is a Brahmana, a spiritual master.
See, first of all, a Brahmana should not be brought like this, and moreover, he is Guru Putra. Yes. Don't you know whatever art you have learnt is by the mercy of Guru? The way you arrested him, how to arrest him also, Guru only has taught you. Don't you know? He is a Brahma Bandhu only. But she's overqualifying him. Arey, ye to Brahman hai, Guru hai. Apna. So generally, it is fact that a person is great. The son of a great person also is a great person, generally. So we offer the same respect to the son that a father deserves. But this is ultimately very sentimental. This is not proper. This is just sentimental behavior. So sometimes even we devotees tend to show sentimental behavior. So such is not allowed. It's not good. Sentimental behavior is like offering Dandvat Pranam to Brahmachari. No. Dandvat Pranam should be offered to sannyasis. Correct. Never offer Dandvat Pranam. Or Mataji is offering Dandvat Pranam. No, Matajis are supposed to offer only Panchakra. No Dandvat Pranam. That is sentimental behavior. Another sentimental behavior one may show to a sadhu. If sadhu is eating prasad, Prabhuji, aapka Maha dijiye. Oh, Maha should be taken of Guru Maharaj, great spiritual master, only not of some average brahmachari or some other person, a random devotee. Great Guru. Some people do that very sentimentally. Doing path puja, washing the foot wash, charanamrit, putting flowers on the feet. These are all very, very sentimental things. So such sentimental things should not be done. One should not do this. Correct? This is a way of sentimentally treating a sadhu. more than what that person deserves. That's why I'd gone to a place, they were doing foot wash. बिल्कुल नहीं. No, I don't deserve such respect. I'm below average brahmachari, Baba. Don't give me that respect. So this is very important. So especially grihasthas have to be very careful not to sentimentally deal with the sadhu. Not be over sentimental. Some people, okay, the place where the person sadhu has stood, from there only they take dust and they apply. Udari dandvat karna. Don't be too sentimental. Can you give more examples how one can be sentimental in Krishna consciousness? Sentimental behavior. But Prabhuji, saints who is doing penance on the spot should be revered. Yes, who? The great sannyasis, the great spiritual masters, Prabhupada disciples. Yes, such people we should revere. But that also is a way of doing it. We should not sentimentally go and just put our head against the feet. No, more than that, follow what the saint is telling. That is a way to revere the saint. There's a way to do it. Follow instructions. How to offer namaskar? No, the panchang pranam from a distance. Panchang pranam. That's the way to offer respect to brahmacharis. And they will also offer back. So such kind of sentimental behavior should be avoided in bhakti. Sometimes people speak sentimentally also. How people speak sentimental statements. अरे प्रभु जी आपका प्रवचन सुन के जो है आंखों से आंसू निकलते रहते हैं, आंसू रुकते ही नहीं है, हम भाव में चले जाते हैं. Such kind of sentimental behavior Prabhupada never appreciated. No. So that's why Srila Prabhupada always protected ISKCON from sentimental behavior. He clearly said, Bhakti is not sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. It's not like that. अरे मुझे रस आ रहा है, इस कथा में रस आ रहा है, हम लोग जो है बिल्कुल रो रहे हैं, गा रहे हैं. Yeah. Yes. There are sentimental followers also who are there. Problem with sentimental followers is eventually they will be extremely these people will, now they are sentimental, tomorrow they will be very detrimental. That's a problem. They're very dangerous. So our side we should not be any kind of sentimental. It's good to show sentiments, but sentiments have to be. Bhakti has sentiments. It's good to exhibit sentiments, but in the right way. There's a way to show sentiments. Yes. Another time, what happened? Srila Prabhupada was doing kirtan. One devotee said, Prabhupada, what an ecstatic kirtan! It was in ecstasy. I was in ecstasy. Prabhupada said, hey, don't jump too much. You don't have any experience of ecstasy. You understand? You have no experience of ecstasy. He clearly told on his face. Yeah. So we should be very, very, especially when we are new in Bhakti, we tend to be very sentimental. One should not exhibit that. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, is there a book to understand the do's and don'ts while offering obeisance? Yeah. There are books, there are lectures also. We had Srimad Bhagavatam Conglomerate series where we discuss this very nicely. We can send you the links. Okay. You can ask for the links to the coordinators, they'll give you. We will take one more shloka and then we'll discuss. Sarahasyo dhanurveda sarvi sargopane pasamshayah pasamyamah astragramascha bhavata sikshito yadanugrahat. Okay. Sarahasya. See, confidential arts of Dhanurveda. Yes, Dhanurvidya. The confidential art, not just normal how to bow and arrow, how to exactly shoot, but Rahasya, very confidential aspects. Visarga, how to release it. Upashamyama, how to control your arrow. Astra, how to invoke mantras and have special astras. Gramacha, and all kinds of arts, skillful arts. Shikshita bhavata, you learned. You learned from whom? Yad anugrahat, from the mercy of your Guru Dronacharya. Please remember that. Yes. Please remember by whose mercy you have learned. Whose mercy you have learned this all this arts and effects. It has happened always with you. Now this is a very good principle. This is very good principle. One should always remain meek and humble by understanding who has given us the knowledge, what we have or got right now. We'll discuss some more lessons after reading the translation.
It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons.
Yeah. So here, Draupadi's opinion was, please understand, the son is representative of father. So Dronacharya is not there now. So all this was taught to you by Dronacharya. And please understand now, Dronacharya. So that's the whole point. That is why she's making the statement. That please remember. So one fine lesson that we can learn is always gratitude. Who we were and what we are today. And how the association of devotees has transformed us. We can learn the principle of gratitude from here. And every day we should be grateful. Grateful for the knowledge that we have received. Grateful for the culture that we have received. Grateful for the wonderful practices that we have received. Grateful for everything that we have received. Any festival, any prasadam, anything. Whatever we have received, we should see the gratitude. Even in other person who may be our enemy, a person is not favorably disposed to us, we should always see with a grateful heart. Yes, that is correct. We should remain grateful. Now, this is gratitude is one quality, my spiritual master says, which is the seed for developing all other qualities. Yeah? Gratitude develops everything else. So when I had got initiated, I got a title. My name was Siddharth Krishna Kumar, and I became His Grace Sanatan Dharma Prabhu. So devotees, some devotees, friends, they came who were not initiated. They came and told, Prabhu, abhi aap His Grace ho gaye hain. HG aage lagega. I said, you know what is HG? H for humility, G for gratitude. It just came because that's what Guru Maharaj teaches. H for humility and G for gratitude. When this humility and gratitude is there, then you have truly received His grace. So HG is not just a title, which is received by any initiated devotee. That really you get His grace. How to understand if somebody has got His grace? If there is humility and gratitude. And if there is gratitude, humility will come. And when these two qualities are there, you are chanting of Hare Krishna. Because ultimately you have taken Diksha. What is it you are committing to? You are committing to the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Serious chanting. And this chanting will be heard by Krishna, accepted by Krishna, when you are having this humility and gratitude. And that gratitude even Prahlad Maharaj had. So we'll conclude with that. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kama vikama anuya prapatan prasangat kritvatmasa surarishina bhagavat grihito soham katam visrje tava bhritya seva. So Prahlad was asked by Narsimhadev in an internal dialogue, come, chalo, we'll go back. Come with me. Prahlad said, no. I was patit fellow, fallen. Prabhavahi kupe, in the deep, dark well of material existence, which is in a pit of snakes. But my Guru, Surarishi is Devarshi Narad, Kritvatmasa, he made me like him. That's what a Guru does to the disciple. The Guru makes the disciple like him. Meri tarah bana diya. He made him like me. And now, I'm not going to do so. Soham katam nu vrisija. How can I come with you? Tava vritya seva. I want to do service to your devotees. So thus, out of gratitude for getting the Krishna consciousness, a disciple gives his life, dedicates one's life to Guru. That's the principle of Diksha. Out of gratitude. what he's received. Thank you very much. If some of you could elaborate some principles that we learned in our today's reading, we'll pause the discussion for today. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. I'm stopping the recording. You all can share.